Welcome back to Healthier Daily, the channel where we give you the simple science-backed truths to live a stronger and more independent life after 60. I'm your host, Dr. Ben Carter. I want to start with a question. Have you ever had that strange feeling when you go to stand up from a chair and for just a split second, you're not entirely sure your legs are going to cooperate? Or you're woken up at night by a painful cramp and it feels like a part of your own body has turned against you? It's a deeply unsettling feeling, like becoming a stranger in your own physical home. This isn't just getting old. It is often a sign of a deep communication breakdown between your nerves, your muscles, and your bones. They are no longer working together in perfect harmony, and that breakdown is almost always caused by a hidden hunger for a few specific essential nutrients. Today, we are not just giving you another list of vitamins. We are giving you the blueprint to restore that harmony, to rebuild the strong foundation and the clear communication lines your legs need to carry you with confidence for years to come. To help us understand how to restore this harmony within the body, we are joined by a man who has spent his life studying the deep connections between nutrition and physical function. It is our great honor to welcome Dr. Shigeaki Hinohara.
Thank you, Ben. The feeling you describe is very real for many people. The body is like a great building. For it to be strong, it requires a perfect system working together. It needs a strong foundation of bones. It needs strong walls of muscle, and it needs clear electrical wiring of the nerves. If any one of these three parts is weak, the entire structure becomes unstable, and you feel that sense of being unsteady. We must nourish all three parts of the system.
And that is exactly what our guide is about today. Dr. Hinohara is going to walk us through what he calls his leg strength pyramid. It is a brilliant way to understand how to rebuild your strength from the ground up. We will start at the bottom with the foundation, the essential nutrients for your bones. Then we will build the mid-level with the key minerals for your muscles. And we will finish at the peak of the pyramid with the vital vitamins for your nerves. It's a true blessing to understand the beautiful, interconnected system our bodies were designed to be. If you are ready to start building your personal pyramid of strength and restore that harmony in your body, please type the number 1 in the comments below. And be sure to subscribe to our channel. It's completely free, and this is one of our most comprehensive guides yet. Okay, doctor, let's start building that leg strength pyramid. You said that every strong structure must be built on a solid foundation. For our legs, what is that foundation?
The foundation is not our muscles. The foundation is our bones. Your powerful leg muscles are anchored to the bones of your hip and your legs. If that anchor is weak, brittle, or porous, the muscles cannot pull with their full force, and the entire structure of your body becomes unstable. So we must always begin by nourishing the bones. And for this, we need a team of 3 essential nutrients working together in perfect harmony: vitamin D, calcium, and vitamin K. I must tell you the story of a patient of mine. She was a 70-year-old woman who was very health conscious. She had a routine bone density scan, and her doctor was concerned that she was losing bone mass too quickly. He told her to take a calcium supplement every single day, and she did very faithfully for a full year. But when she went back for her next scan, her numbers had not improved at all. She was very discouraged and very confused. She came to me and said, "I'm doing what the doctor told me. I'm taking the calcium, but it's not working." When we looked at her full health picture, we found 2 missing pieces. A simple blood test showed her vitamin D level was very low, and her daily diet contained almost no foods rich in vitamin K2. I explained to her that she was delivering the bricks for her bones, the calcium, to the construction site. But she had no workers to carry the bricks inside the house, and no foreman to tell the workers where to put the bricks. We worked with her doctor to add a proper dose of vitamin D3 and a vitamin K2 supplement to her daily routine to be taken alongside her calcium. A year later, her next bone scan showed a significant improvement. For the first time in years, her bone loss had not only stopped, but she had actually started to regain a small amount of bone density. We had finally given her body the complete team it needed to do the job.
That story is a perfect illustration of this incredible partnership between these three nutrients. It's something so many people miss. Let's break down the science of that team for our viewers because it is so critically important. First, as your patient was told, we have calcium. Calcium is the primary mineral that makes our bones hard and strong. It is the bricks for building a strong foundation. But as you so perfectly said, doctor, the bricks are useless if they can't get into the house. That is the job of vitamin D. Vitamin D is the gatekeeper. When you consume calcium from your food or from a supplement, vitamin D is what allows that calcium to be absorbed from your intestines into your bloodstream. Without enough vitamin D, most of the calcium you consume will just pass right through your body completely unused. But there is a final critical step that most people don't know about. Once the calcium is in the bloodstream, something must tell it where to go. That is the job of vitamin K2. Vitamin K2 is the traffic director. It activates special proteins in your body that have two main functions. They take calcium out of your soft tissues like your arteries and your joints, where it can cause hardening and stiffness, and they direct that calcium into your bones and teeth where it belongs. So if you are taking high doses of vitamin D and calcium without enough K2, you could be putting a lot of calcium into your blood, but it might be ending up in the wrong places. You need the full team: calcium, the brick, vitamin D, the gatekeeper, and vitamin K2, the traffic director.
That is the perfect way to explain it. You need all three for the system to work.
So we need all three. Doctor, what are the best food sources for this foundational trio?
For calcium, as many people know, dairy products like milk, yogurt, and cheese are excellent sources. But so are dark leafy greens like kale and bok choy, as well as sardines with the bones, almonds, and tofu. For vitamin D, it is very difficult to get enough from food alone. Fatty fish like salmon and mackerel are good sources, as are egg yolks. But for most seniors, some sensible sun exposure and very often a supplement are necessary based on your blood test results. And for vitamin K2, the most potent food source in the world is a traditional Japanese food called natto, which is fermented soybeans. However, it is also found in good amounts in aged cheeses like Gouda and Brie, as well as in egg yolks and beef liver. So, we have now built the strong, solid foundation for our pyramid, with the bone supporting nutrients. Now we can begin to build the next level. This is the main structure of the pyramid, the muscles themselves. This is the mid-level muscle function and energy.
Okay, doctor. So our bones are the strong anchor for our legs. Now we need to talk about the muscles that are attached to that anchor. What are the key minerals that allow our leg muscles to contract with power and to relax without those terrible, painful cramps?
For this, we need another team of two essential minerals that must work in perfect balance. These are what I call the muscle minerals, magnesium and potassium.
Let's start with magnesium because I know so many of our viewers struggle with muscle cramps. You've called it the great relaxer before, doctor, and that is the perfect way to describe its function. If you think of the mineral calcium as the go signal that tells a muscle to contract or tighten, magnesium is the equally important stop signal. It is what allows the muscle fiber to relax and release after it has contracted. Without enough magnesium, your muscles can get stuck in the on position. And that is exactly what a painful, tight muscle cramp is.
That is exactly right. That terrible Charlie horse that wakes you up in the middle of the night grabbing your calf is very often a loud cry from your body asking for more magnesium. But its job is not just to prevent cramps. It is also essential for energy. A muscle that cannot fully relax is a muscle that is constantly using up energy even when you are not moving. This is why a long-term low-level magnesium deficiency can also lead to that feeling of deep muscle fatigue and unexplained weakness.
It's true, and on a cellular level, magnesium is also a critical part of creating our body's main energy molecule, ATP. So if you are low in magnesium, you are low in both muscle relaxation and in usable energy for your muscles.
So it is very important to eat magnesium-rich foods every single day. The best sources are wonderful natural foods. The dark leafy greens, especially spinach and Swiss chard, are excellent. Nuts and seeds, particularly almonds and pumpkin seeds, are very rich in magnesium. And legumes like black beans and lentils are also wonderful sources. Even a small square of very dark chocolate is a good source.
So magnesium helps the muscle to relax. What is the role of our other key muscle mineral, potassium?
If magnesium helps the muscle to relax, potassium is essential for the message to be delivered clearly from the nerve to the muscle in the first place.
That's right. Potassium is a key part of the electrical wiring of our entire neuromuscular system. It is one of the main electrolytes that our body uses to allow a nerve signal to travel correctly down the nerve fiber and trigger the muscle to contract. If you are low in potassium, it is like having static on the communication line. The signals from your brain to your leg muscles can become weak or they can misfire. This can lead to that feeling of muscle weakness, twitching, or shakiness that makes a person feel unsteady on their feet.
And when people think of potassium, they almost always think only of bananas. A banana is a good source, but there are many other wonderful foods that are even richer in potassium. As we have discussed before on Healthier Daily, avocados are an excellent source. Sweet potatoes are one of the very best. White beans, spinach, and even fish like salmon are also very rich in this important mineral. It is very important to get your potassium from a wide variety of these natural foods to support your leg strength.
It's truly amazing how these simple minerals work in such a beautiful, balanced partnership to allow our bodies to move with strength and grace. It's a testament to the incredible and intricate design we have all been blessed with, and it's a blessing to be able to share this knowledge with our community all around the world. To help us see our global community, please let us know what city, state, or country you are watching from. It is a true joy to connect with all of you.
So, we have now built the strong bone foundation for our pyramid. We have nourished the muscles that sit on top of that foundation. Now we must complete our pyramid. We must build the peak. The peak of our pyramid is the control center. It is the health of the nerves that send the commands from your brain down to your leg muscles, telling them how and when to move.
This is such a critical and often overlooked part of leg strength, doctor. It's not just about having muscle power. It's about having control, coordination, and good balance. What are the key vitamins that are essential for the health of our nerves?
For this, we need two very important B vitamins working together as a team. They are our final two nutrients in the pyramid: vitamin B12 and vitamin B6. A deficiency in these two vitamins is one of the primary causes of that frustrating, tingling numbness and feeling of unsteadiness that so many people experience as they get older. I had a patient, a 75-year-old man who had been a mail carrier for 40 years. He had always been so proud of his strong legs and his ability to walk for miles every day, but he came to me because he was becoming afraid to walk in his own neighborhood. He said his feet often felt numb, as if he were walking on pillows, and that he would frequently stumble over small cracks in the sidewalk for no reason. His balance was getting worse and he was losing his confidence. We ran some simple blood tests, and just as we suspected, his levels of both vitamin B12 and vitamin B6 were very low. Like many seniors, his body was no longer absorbing these crucial vitamins well from his food. We worked with his doctor to start him on a high-quality B-complex supplement, one that contained the right active forms of both of these vitamins. After 3 months of this simple addition, he walked into my office with a firm, steady stride. He told me I can feel the ground under my feet again. The numbness was gone, and his confidence had returned. We simply gave his nerves the specific nourishment they had been starving for.
That is an amazing story, and it shows how these symptoms, which so many people just blame on getting old, are often a direct sign of a correctable nutrient deficiency. Let's break down the science of what each of these B vitamins does for our nerves. Let's start with vitamin B12. B12 is absolutely essential for building and maintaining the myelin sheath. This is the fatty protective insulation that wraps around all of your nerve wires. If that insulation gets thin or frayed due to a lack of B12, the electrical signal that travels from your brain down to your leg muscles becomes weak and distorted. This is what causes the numbness, the tingling, and the poor coordination your patient was experiencing.
And our second vitamin, vitamin B6, plays a different but equally important role.
That's right. If B12 is for the health of the wire itself, vitamin B6 is a key worker that helps your body create the neurotransmitters. These are the chemical messengers that allow the nerve cells to talk to each other and to the muscles. Without enough B6, the communication between your nerves is slow and inefficient. So you need B12 for the health of the wire, and you need B6 for the strength of the message being sent down that wire.
And it is very important for people to know the best food sources for these vitamins. For vitamin B12, as we have discussed before, the only reliable food sources are animal products, meat, fish, eggs, and dairy. The problem for seniors is twofold. Many eat less of these foods as they age, and as we said, the stomach's ability to absorb B12 from food declined significantly with age. For vitamin B6, the sources are more varied. It is found in chickpeas, fish like salmon and tuna chicken, and potatoes. However, it is a very delicate vitamin, and a lot of it can be lost during cooking or processing. This is why for many seniors, especially those who are already experiencing nerve symptoms like tingling or poor balance, a good quality B-complex supplement is often a very wise choice to discuss with their doctor.
That is such a complete explanation. It's a true blessing to understand how these different nutrients work together to support the incredible, intricate communication system that God designed for our bodies. Doctor, this has been an incredible guide. Your leg strength pyramid gives us a complete, holistic system to follow. It's not just about one single nutrient, it's a full plan to improve our leg strength. We started with the foundation for our bones with vitamins D, K, and calcium. We built the mid-level for our muscles with magnesium and potassium, and we completed the peak for our nerves with vitamins B12 and B6. This is such a comprehensive and powerful approach to senior health. By nourishing all three parts of this system, our viewers can build real lasting leg strength and fight back against the unsteadiness and weakness that so many people fear as they age. This is a perfect example of a proactive strategy for better senior health. It's a practical daily way to invest in your leg strength and your independence for all the years to come.
I want to leave you with this one final thought. Building strength in your later years is just like building a great pyramid. You must begin with a strong and a wide foundation. You must build it patiently, level by level. And you must be consistent with your nourishment every single day. If you do this, you will build something strong and stable that will last for many, many years to come.
That is a beautiful way to think about it, Doctor. Building a strong pyramid for our health. It's about being a good and wise steward of our health, building a strong temple for our spirit one stone at a time. And of course, the wisest way to begin is to speak with your personal doctor. Your doctor can order the simple blood tests that are needed to see if you are truly deficient in any of these vitamins. Please remember that our conversation today is for educational purposes and to give you new ideas to discuss with your healthcare provider. It is not a substitute for the direct medical advice from your own physician. If you found this guide helpful and empowering, please give this video a like so that others can find this vital information. And be sure to share it with a friend or family member who might be struggling with leg cramps, weakness, or balance issues. If you haven't already, please subscribe to our channel. It is completely free, and it ensures you will not miss our next practical health guide. And for our community discussion today, we would love to know which level of the leg strength pyramid, the foundation for bones, the mid-level for muscles, or the peak for nerves, will you focus on nourishing this week? Please share your first step in the comments below. Thank you for being with us. Be well and walk strong.